Hello everybody, my name is Laura and I'm a student at the Taxi Academy, and I've been asked to just do a video explaining why I started The Knowledge. Pretty easy for me to answer that question really. Number one main factor for me, without a question of a doubt, was freedom and money. We all want money, we go to work to earn money, but it was how I wanted to earn my money. Few things, I have had numerous jobs. I've worked in a bank as a PA for Canary Wharf for 8 years. I've been an estate agent, a fitness instructor. I've worked in clothes shops. I've worked on market stalls. In schools, I've worked, you name it, the list is endless. I could go on. If I give you the list of jobs that I've done, you'd probably be quicker to go and get the 6,000 points, and I'm not going to bore you. So, yeah. Other little things as well. You're restricted. I thought I was restricted on a 9 till 5 because I was a single parent. I couldn't sing my son's nativity plays, his Easter bunny parades, World Book days. You know, all the little things they do in the afternoons at school, sports days, parents' evening, missed loads of them because I was late working. Some jobs was really unsociable hours. Couldn't book holidays, you know, certain dates that I wanted to go away on. I couldn't because Sandra upstairs was having a hip replacement and she was off for 4 weeks and it collided with the dates that I wanted. You know, stuff like that, and it just started to grind me. I didn't like the structure of the office working hours. I hated getting up in the morning. I hated going to work. I was miserable. I hated getting on the trains with all the hustle and bustle. And, you know, it works for some people, you know, it does. They like to know they've got that bit of money at the end of the month and they're set, get up, go gym in the morning, but it just wasn't for me. I was unhappy. I went to work just to pay my bills and that was it. I would have appraisals and they would say, well, no, where'd you see yourself in 5 years? And I would say, not here. And they'd look at me like that. And I go, I'm being honest. No, I had no interest in climbing the financial ladder when I worked in the banks. I had no interest in climbing the sales ladder when I was an estate agent. There was no interest at all. So I wasn't enjoying my job. There was no passion there. It was just going to pay my bills. I was just existing. And I was miserable. So for me, I sat and had a quiet word with myself and thought, what do I like to do? I love driving. Always have done. And my friend said to me, Laura, why don't you be a cab driver? You love driving, work for yourself, be your own boss, go and work when you want, do what you want, got no one to answer for, don't like being told what to do anyway. Yeah, and I thought, yeah, they've got a point. And I started it when I was 21. They told me this when I was 21. And I did start it. I knew it was a long process, but it didn't last long. I was too young. But this time round, I'd now become a parent. I had a son. I had more responsibilities. I had a home, a car, you know, all the bits and pieces. So I bit the bullet. I went and got the map. I went and got an iPad, a scooter, the blue books, and I started it. It's been really hard, you know, it's been really hard. It's been an emotional journey, lots of ups and downs, highs and lows, because this needs focus and no distractions. And I've had a lot of distractions, not just me, a lot of people, a lot of my call over partners. You know, someone was working full time with 3 kids and they're just having meltdowns, you know, single parents as well. You know, it's hard, but without your call over partners, I won't be sitting here today. Without the teachers, I won't be sitting here today, because they're your rocks. You know, you need that support. They're at the other end of the phone, and there's times I've just had to take a break because I couldn't cope. It's the balance, I couldn't cope. I've got that now. I've got my structure. Yeah, and I just want to go and do a job that I enjoy. You know, you hear a lot of cab drivers say, oh, it could be worse. Could have to go work. What they mean is by that is that it doesn't feel like a job. When you're out driving a cab, it doesn't feel like a job. When you do a job that you love, it's not like you're going to work. And that appealed to me. You know, there's cab drivers out there that don't like it, of course, and it's still a job. You've got to get up and go to work, but it's as and when you can choose to do that. I know cab drivers that have done The Knowledge. Some of my friends have done The Knowledge. They've gone back to the 9 to 5, and they use the cab later on for as and when they want. You know, they need to go on holiday, they jump in the cab. They want to get their roof extension, they jump in the cab for a couple of weeks. You know, it's the flexibility. Other avenues, once you've got your badge, you can go and do anything you want. So yeah, you know, that was pretty much why I done the knowledge. It was the freedom for me. It was the freedom. So I've never studied anything like this in my life. I've never put effort into anything like this. And I know that's why I've got a passion for it, because when I want to do something, when I enjoy something, I'll rip it apart and do it until I finish, you know, and I will. But it's hard to do that. But with the you know, if you've not got that focus and support, you need support from your family, you need support from your friends, and they suffer. Your family and friends suffer, you know. But there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and my friends that are cab drivers now, you know, they encourage me and they tell me how they're getting on, and you know, they keep pushing me and say, come on, you know, get this done, and we'll be out soon, and that's what I'm looking forward to doing. I'm looking forward to being out there and stopping for lunch at 2 o'clock if I want to, or going home at 12 if I fancy it, or not going to work if I don't want to. It's the flexibility and the freedom. So yeah, that's pretty much it in a nutshell for me as to why I chose to do the knowledge. Everyone's got their different reasons, everyone's got their different journeys. Yeah, that's pretty much it really. You know, you only get out of life what you put in. If it was that easy, everyone would be doing it. Nothing in life is easy. And no one fails the knowledge. They give up, and you'll hear that a lot. It's not going to be the end of the map for me, because I want to, once I'm done, I want to help with the school and help teach down the school for the other students, help, support, push through, just like the Taxi Academy are now helping me through the last stages. You know, that's what I want to do. And we want the trade to continue, so we need fresh blood. So if you're thinking about doing the knowledge and you like freedom and you want to be your own boss, if you've got it in you to knuckle down and work hard and persevere and take a few knockbacks on the chin, do it. Do the knowledge. So the Taxi Academy won't be getting rid of me that easy, because I'll be down there helping everybody. Tom and Courtney like that now. Yeah. Be lucky. Do the knowledge.